Hello guys, for the second video that we are going to see today, we are going to create again a letter size document, okay, and we are going to create it the same way we did it in the previous exercise, okay. Today we are going to learn how to use in the proper way the pen tool so you can vectorize a bitmap image, okay, that you already have maybe from Photoshop or maybe an image that you download from the internet. Okay, to do that we are going to use the parrot image that you can download from Blackboard. Okay, so the process will be almost the same. I'm going to open it, the file, with file open, and I'm going to select the perico.jpg image that you have from in Blackboard. Okay, and I'm going to select the image, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it into my document. Okay, in this case I have to only arrange the position because it's already at the letter size. Okay, so you won't have to adjust the size of it. Okay, so once you have the parrot image in your new document, okay, we are going to block this layer. Okay, so I'm going to lock it in the using the layers panel, and once I lock the layer I am going to create a second one. Okay, so I am going to rename the second layer by double click on it, okay, and I'm going to rename it as parrot. No, I'm going to name it my parrot. Okay, so before we start, okay, I am going to select the white arrow and then the pen tool, and before we start I'm going to change the color for my object. So using my color selection tool, the fill option, I'm not going to use any fill option, at least not in this time, and in the stroke color let's select any other color different than red. Why? Because the parrot is in the red color, so I'm going to select a black color. Okay, and this is going to be the color for my stroke. Okay, now I have it in a black color. So I'm going to start vectorizing this drawing. Okay, this is a work that you have to use patience, okay, because it could be a very long work, or maybe if you have more practice vectorizing this, maybe you can do it in a faster way. Okay, so the idea is that you will create these different nodes, okay, these different points, and controlling the vectors, the handlers, you are going to move them so you can create a new outline for this object that you have here. Okay, so for example I'm going to start from somewhere around here. I'm going to start with my point, okay, and I'm going to start making my lines. Okay, now it is very important that when you are vectorizing, guys, it is very important that these lines, okay, if you pull an imaginary line from this handler into the and you make it longer, okay, it's very important that these lines doesn't cross on it. For example, if I pull this handler this way and I pull my imaginary line into this part, then it's going to cross one handler with the other, so this is incorrect. Okay, also if I move this handler and I make it from here and I pull my imaginary line from here to this other part, then here it's going to have, you're going to have a cross. Okay, so that's incorrect. The idea is that the imaginary lines doesn't cross with the other handler. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing this. Okay, I'm going to keep doing some points here. Okay, I recommend you to try to put the less vectors or the less points that you can. Okay, because the more points that you put in your drawings, it's going to be more difficult for you to control it. Okay, so I'm going to start doing my drawing this way. Okay, and if you can see, you have to select the proper location to put the next vector. For example, here I am having a problem, okay, because here if I pull my imaginary line, then it will cross with this handler. So I have to maybe pull this one, okay, and maybe I have to pull this a little bit to the top, okay, to create this curve. Now I'm going to create the next curve in this part, okay. I can pull them to make them look better, okay. The idea is to have a nice and soft curves in this part, okay. And also I'm going to go into this other part and I will drag the handlers, and I can continue doing this job, okay. So like I said, you need to have a lot of patience to do this, guys, in order to obtain a good result with your vectorizing process, okay. Now here, for example, I have a mistake, so I undo the process and I'm going to pull a little bit my tool somewhere around here, okay, and I'm going to up now this part, and I'm going to pull a long line from this part to this other side, okay, and I'm almost finished. I'm going to create a new line somewhere around here, okay, and finally I'm going to match this point, okay. I'm going to close my figure by selecting the initial point, the initial vector, okay. So now I finished the first part of my head. Now I can select the black arrow or the selection arrow, okay, and maybe I can just hide the first layer to see how my vector is working, okay. I'm going to make some more steps of this parrot, okay, to guide you with this process, and then you are going to finish the process, okay. I'm going to go into the eye of the parrot. Maybe to create the eye, I can create it using an ellipse tool, okay. So here I'm going to start from the center, and please pay attention. If I start from the center and I start creating my circle, my ellipse, okay, I will create something like this. But if I start from the center and in the meantime, in the same time I create the ellipse, I press the Alt key, I will create my ellipse from the center, okay. So now I create the ellipse. Okay, it's another way to do it. Unfortunately, we cannot use the basic shapes to create all the other parts of the parrot. Okay, now I'm going to select again the white arrow, then the pen tool, and I'm going to continue with the other parts of the parrot. Okay, I'm going to start with this part. So I'm going to create my first node here. I'm going to create my other vector here, and I'm going to move. Oh, sorry. I'm going to move again. I deselected accidentally, and I'm going to drag these handlers to try to fit with the curve of the model. Okay. So here I modify it. I'm going to do something to help me visualize the handlers and the vectors. Okay, but I'm going to do that in a moment. So from here I'm going to pull another longer vector into this part. Okay. Maybe I'm going to pull it something like this. Okay, and now I'm going to go into this corner. Okay. I'm going to pull. Oh, sorry, I pull the line instead of the handler. Oh, I can't see the handlers. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to fix this. So please pay attention. I'm going to continue in a few moments with my vectors. Okay, so I'm going to press V, okay, to select the black arrow, and I'm going to go into the layers panel. I'm going to double click on the preview window, okay, so I can activate the layer options. In the layer options, in the color of the layer, I am going to change it from red to any color, okay, maybe the light blue. Okay, so I press OK, and now when I select the layer, I will see in a different color than red, I will see the vectors, and this will be very much easier for me to work. Okay, so now I can create this part of the parrot, and to continue working with this, I have to press again the pen tool, and I have to press in the last vector that I made. Now, if you press it, and please pay attention with this, if you press this, you are going to manipulate the previous handler. So I have to press this, and by pressing Alt key, I will move this handler in an independent way than the previous one. Okay, so I'm going to put my new handler here, and now I can continue. Oh, sorry. And now I can continue creating the other vectors. Okay, I can start working with this. Okay, I can continue working like this, and then I can close this with one last vector. Okay, so now I have this second part of my parrot. Okay, and well, the idea is that we are going to complete all the other elements, okay, the fastest way that you can, but the best way that you can. Okay, I know it looks difficult, but it's not impossible, and the idea is that maybe you take like half an hour to do it. Okay, I'm going to make these two more parts, and then you will continue doing it. Okay, the process is exactly the same. Okay, maybe when you get more practice, you will be able to do it faster. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to talk a lot in this part because I am a little bit concentrated with this. Okay, I'm going to put the node here. Okay, and I'm going to close it. Now, sometimes when you are working with these kind of shapes, okay, sometimes the smart guides that we activate in the previous exercise, sometimes they doesn't allow us to work the way we want. Okay, so for this exercise, I'm going to deactivate the smart guides. I'm going to go into View, Smart Guides, and I'm going to deactivate it. So I will position my vectors in a more free way. Okay, so I'm going to continue working with this part, with the back of my parrot. Okay, and I'm going to do it. No, I'm sorry, I started in the wrong way. I'm going to start from this way, and now I will move my vectors and my handlers in a more freely way. Okay, because I deactivate the smart guides. The smart guides are very useful for some things, like for example when you want to make some exact modifications, or when you want to make something like in the previous exercise, but when you want to make something more organic with more curves, then it's better for you to deactivate the smart guides, because the smart guides try to make some straight lines and things like that. Okay, so I can continue doing this. Okay, in this part I'm going to put more points than maybe the ones that I have to. Okay. If you put a new vector by mistake and you want to erase the thing that you make, you can press Ctrl Z, okay, to undo the action. Okay, like in any other program, you can undo the last action. And in Illustrator, you can keep pressing Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl C to undo more than one step. Okay, in contrast with Photoshop, that with regular Ctrl C you can only undo one of these steps. Sorry about that. I'm going to continue here vectorizing the back of my parrot, and I can, when you have more experience vectorizing, you're going to make this faster than maybe the way you are doing it right now. Okay, but to get practice, well, you have to make a lot of vectors and you have to make a lot of drawings this way. Okay, so I almost finished this part. Here I have some kind of corner, so I have to use the angle tool, okay, by pressing Alt. Okay, and now I finish and I close it. Okay, so this is the same way that you are going to complete the other part of the parrot. So please complete it so you can upload it into Blackboard. I hope, like I said, I hope that it doesn't take more than maybe half an hour for you to finish it. But when you finish this exercise, you will be ready to create your avatar. Okay, so this will be the next exercise. I think that we're not going to have a video about it, but we will see how to make it in class. Okay, so guys, see ya and have a nice vector. Okay, bye.